Good morning everyone, this is Michael Takadana, and for today's video, I will discuss about the major function of the special senses. The special senses and their function. First is the sense of sight. Function of the special senses. Sight or vision is the capability of the eyes to focus in the detailed image of visible light on the photoreceptors in the retina or each eye that generates electrical nerves impulses for varying colors, force, and brightness. The eye and vision is the sense that has been studied. Most of the sensory receptors in the body, 70%, are in the eyes. Vision is the sense that requires the most learning. The most eye appears to delight in being full. The old expression, "you can see what you expect to see," is often very true. External and accessory structure of the eye includes the extrinsic eye muscle, the eyelid, the eyelashes, tarsal gland, conjunctiva, lacrymal apparatus, lacrimal glands, lacrimal canal coli, lysosome, intrinsic eye muscle, fibrous layer, sclera, cornea, vascular layer, choroid, collicular large body, pupil, sensory layer, pigmented layer, neural layer, two neuron chains, and optic disc, and the last is fovea centris. Sense of hearing. At the first glance, the machinery for hearing and balance appears very crude. Automatically, the ear is divided into three major areas: the external or outer ear, the middle ear, and the internal or inner ear. Internal outer ear or outer ear is composed of the auricle and the external acoustic meatus. Auricle or pinna is what most people call the ear, the shell-shaped structure surrounding the auditory canal opening. External acoustic meatus. The external acoustic meatus is the short, narrow chamber curved into the temporal bone of the skull. In this skin-lined wall are the ceruminous glands, which secretly waxy yellow cerumen or wax, which provide a sticky trap for foreign bodies and repel insects. Tympanic membrane. Sound wave entering the auditory canal eventually hits the tympanic membrane or eardrum and cause it to vibrate. The canal ends at the eardrum, which separates the external form from the middle ear. Next is the middle ear or tympanic cavity is a small air-filled mucosa-lined cavity within the temporal bone. Opening the tympanic cavity is flanked laterally by the eardrum and immediately by a bony wall, which two opening the oval window and the inferior membrane-covered round window. temporal tympanic tube runs obliquely downward to link the middle ear cavity with the throat and the mucosal lining. The two regions are continuous. Ossicle. The tympanic cavity is made by the three smallest bones in the body, which transmit the vibratory motion of the eardrum to the fluids of the inner ear. Those bones named for their shape or the harm or musculus and the anvil or incus of and the stripper are strips. The internal inner ear is a maze of bony chamber called the body or labyrinth located deep within the temporal bone behind the eye socket. Subdivision. The three subdivisions of the bony are the pia-sized and the sinuclear canals. Feral limb. The bony limb is filled with the plasma-like fluid called membranous limb. Suspended in the parietal is the membranous limb, a system of a membrane sac that more or less follow the shape of the bony indulim. The membranous limb itself contains a thicker fluid called indole. Next is the sense of smell. Chemical sense, taste, and smell. The receptor from taste and olfaction are classified as a chemoreceptor because they respond to chemical in solution. Even though our sense of smell is far less acute than that of many other animals, the human nose is still nose in picking up small difference in other. Olfactory receptor. The thousand of olfactory receptors for the sense of smell, a copy of the state stem size are in the roof of each nasal cavity. Olfactory receptor cells. The olfactory receptor cells are neurons equipped with the olfactory hair, long area that protrude from the nasal epithelium and the continuously bathed by a layer of mucus separated and underlying glands. Olfactory filaments. When the olfactory receptors located in the cilia are stimulated by chemical dissolved in the mucus, they transmit impulse along the olfactory filaments, which are banded axon of olfactory neurons that collaboratively make up the olfactory nerve. Taste buds. Sense of touch. Our sense of touch allows us to receive information about our internal and external environment, making it important for sensory receptions. Tactile receptors identify the sensation of the touch and are all sensation of touch and are all over bodies in our skin. Some areas of our skin have more tactile receptor than other areas. Example, mouth and hand. The tactile senses are important for identifying touch, pressure, pain, temperature, and texture. Skin. Our skin is a sense of organ for touch. We have skin all over our bodies. Every part of skin has touch receptors. Message travel from a touch receptor to the brain in less than 1 second. The skin doesn't judge cloth, hair, skeleton, and organs. It has several other functions. It forms a protective layer, keeping bacteria or fungi out. It stops the body drying out. Exposure to sunlight turns the skin into a vitamin D, producing organ capable of making productive oils. Vitamin D is also important for health bones. It produces temperature regulating sweat, which also helps rinse the body of unwanted chemicals like soap. Your skin is made of layers of flat, stuffed cells laid down into their sheets. The three layers of the skin are the epidermis, dermis, and hypodermis. The skin constantly renews itself by new skin cells pushing upward cause other cells to fall off. Our sense of touch is controlled by which network of nerve ending and touch receptor in the skin known as the somatosensory system. This system is responsible for all sensation we feel: cold, hot, smooth, rough, pressure, pain, vibration, and more. Within the somatosensory system, there are four main types of receptors: macaroceptors, thermoreceptors, pain receptors, and proprioceptors. And once again, there are the five senses: the sense of sight, the sense of hearing, the sense of smell, the sense of taste, and the sense of touch.